I'm going to tell you the fastest way to build game dev skills. It's actually really simple. You take full games that you plan on building out or that you would like to build out as say a dream game or a more complex game, and you break out the different systems that will live inside that game and turn each one of those systems into its own individual game. Complex games have a lot of systems in it, right? They have UI, they have enemy AI, they have maybe shooting or melee or abilities or skill trees or skill sets or level systems or pickups or collectibles or crafting or endless amount of skills, right? Combinations, fighting combos, endless amount of systems. Endless amount of systems. We can take all those systems, break them out, and put them into their own individual games and focus on building out those systems. It's not that hard of a thing to do. It's actually a simple way to do it. So instead of, just picture this, instead of making an extremely complex game, say a survival game, instead of having a survival game that has basic survival like hunger and thirst, temperature, picking up equipment, switching out gear, maybe combat, maybe NPC combat or other player combat, maybe multiplayer. Instead of all these complex systems that are in it, we can take individual ones and turn those into small games to build your skill. How do you do that? Well, say the survival part of it. Now first of all, these small games are not going to be commercial releases or Steam releases. They're going to be more like prototypes that you can share with the people, you can share with the public, you can put them on itch, you can share them with your friends, but they're more going to be like prototypes, right? Most of the game, 80% is going to be, probably like 80% is going to be very lightweight, very skeletalized, very barely built out. And then the 20% that's left is going to be that core skill, right? That core skill. Because we don't want to spend a long time on this skill or the system. We don't want to spend a long time on the system. Sorry, I keep saying skill instead of system. So, for example, say like survival. Okay, we can make a game where we have hunger, thirst, maybe temperature, and we just have to maybe survive for X amount of time. That could be a game. No combat, no crafting, no enemies, just survive the environment. Find food, make heat or something like that, or find a stove or find shelter. Doesn't have to be complex. I said no crafting, so maybe you find shelter. You have to go from different spots around the map or something and get there in a certain amount of time. But the core system would be survival, and then the rest of it would be very basic. You don't even have to use real characters. You could do capsules or stand-in characters or free assets and just make it work. And then say the other aspect to survival would be crafting. So now we're going to focus on crafting as the second system, a completely new project focused on crafting. We're not going to worry about survival this time, so you don't have health, you don't have heat or hunger or thirst, no combat again. You're just going to do crafting. It could be whatever crafting you want, if it's weapons, if it's survival crafting like building shelters or huts or crafting tools, or if it's structural crafting, whatever crafting it is, build a mini game around that system and then move on to the next thing. Maybe if it's a game like DayZ or something, you need firearm combat, right? You need shooter combat. So we need some sort of shooting system with weapons, maybe weapon swapping, no survival now, maybe just some health, no heat or hunger or anything, no crafting, just abilities to pick up a weapon and shoot at an NPC. Maybe you want multiplayer aspect at some point in your game. So learn how to build a simple multiplayer system, how you can connect to a server or do client-based or whatever you need to do for it. You don't have to do anything with it. Maybe just run around, do that basic system. Learn how to just make the connection and have a friend connect with you, or do two connections on your own system and just build that out and see if you can do that. And then when you do each one of these systems individually, and there's more to it, you can do UI, you can do all kinds of, I don't even think of any more right now, but there's all kinds of systems you can put out there or make depending on the genre of the game. And then you can build these skills individually, understanding how each of one of those works independently, and then you can piece them together in a few months or a year or so and start working on something or a more significant project. This is a really simple way to build a skill, build out systems, build out your games. It's what's done in the real world in game dev. It's what's done in the real world in software engineering. I'm a software engineer, a professional software engineer, and this is how you build out complex systems. You break it out into small systems. It's not just one giant system that we just hard code and we hope it all works together. If it's a big project, you might have 30 teams building one system, and each team has its own individual system. And then those teams need to communicate with each other on how the systems are going to talk. If it's a small team or a small project, you can still build out complex games into smaller systems. Even small games can be built out into systems. It's the best way, it's the most efficient way to build out your game. And it's the most efficient way to build out your skill. If you do it this way, if you build out small systems instead of just trying to make game after game after game with no direction, then you have an end goal in mind, right? If you want to make the survival game, say as a Steam release, you have an end goal. Eventually, in a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it takes to build out a Steam game, because I don't believe we should build out a Steam game from the get-go, but when you are ready to build out your Steam game, you have a path laid out before you. You knew you built out System 1 and System 2 and System 3 and System 4. If you say, I'm going to build out my Steam game in 2 years, well then, what is going to be required in this game? What do I need in this game, my dream game, say, that's going to be required for me to make it? Okay, well, let's break it down by system. So then over the next year or 2 years, we can really hone our skills in those systems. We can build out those systems and get better and better at making them and understanding them. Instead of trying to do it all at once and not really understanding anything or how it all works together, this is a much more efficient way to build out our skill in game dev. And this doesn't only apply to like the mechanical side of it, the programming side. This applies to the art side of it, the story side of it. Make those a system. Those are included in this. If you want to make story-based games, then make a game, one game that's really heavily centered around story, but keep the rest of the game really simple, really light. If you want to make a game that's really revolved around art, do the same thing. Really focus on the art and make the rest of the game really simple, really lightweight. If you're really into, like, say, just art style games, really themed or stylized games, you can try a bunch of different styles as different systems and then figure out which one you like. Just make the game lightweight, nothing complex, nothing that's going to take you a year, probably no longer than 3 months or so, depending on how much time you have. You can dedicate 6 to 12 hours a day. You can fit a lot of skill practice in that time. If you can only fit out 1 hour a day, well, yeah, that's probably going to be drawn out a little bit over a time period, right? That's just how it works. Something that someone could have done in a month, 12 hours a day, it might take them a few months to build that skill. That's just life. We all have different responsibilities. But yeah, I think building out systems, turning big systems or big games and breaking them into small systems, breaking games apart into systems, and then focusing on those systems that we want to learn to make is probably the best way to build your skill as a game dev. A bonus point for building out these skills or these systems is you can reuse them. If you build out an individual system, like say an objective system where you can just drop it into any game you want, that it will work regardless of the game because it's based on scriptable objects or just based on your player tag, and it doesn't really matter what's in the game. You just create the scriptable objects, say, for quests. That's a great way to build a skill and then have a tool that you can reuse in multiple projects. The same thing for if you want to get better at UI, a UI system, you can reuse that UI system in other projects, repackage it and put it in other projects. It's your tool, you can reuse it. So that's just a bonus of building out these simple systems. You get to reuse them in all the other projects, which speeds up production. So if you're enjoying this content, then you should check out my private game dev group where we meet weekly live online in a call. We talk, we chat, we hang out, we have a good time, we discuss game dev topics. We're there to support each other. It's not about who makes the best game or trying to step on each other's toes or trying to get to the top. It's about trying to actually help each other grow and build the skills that are actually needed in the game dev niche. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate your time. I hope you're successful in your game, and I hope you're successful in your game dev journey. I'll see you next time. Thanks.